Hi everyone, and welcome to this class on Baroque art. My name is Susan Dixon, and I want to talk to you just a bit in this intro video about the course, the syllabus, to review the syllabus essentially, and to show you the mechanics of the class. I'm hoping it's laid out pretty obviously, and unfortunately with this Screencast-O-Matic, this vehicle through which I send you videos. The screen is small, so I'm going to have to move things around a bit. But anyway, on the Baroque class page, you will note that on the right-hand bar are places in which you can navigate. For the most part, I think you will be looking, well, today we'll be looking at syllabus. Modules, there's a module for every week. Let me click on one at the moment. So that you have, for example, information about getting started. But then as we move onward, again, week one, these are the things you need to do in week one. You need to read certain things or watch certain things. You need to do certain assignments. And then just kind of supplemental things that, just self-check quizzes, that kind of stuff. So again, this pattern goes on through each week. So I find this module setup really quite nice, and I hope you do as well. Alternatively, you can, at the beginning of each module, there is a page that is an overview page. And in a sense, you get the same kind of information. You get a sense of, in text here, what you'll be learning in the class. You'll get a sense of what course objectives we're after in this particular week module. Again, you get the list of stuff you've got to watch and stuff you've got to do. Sorry, this isn't moving. And always you can click next, which is over here, the bottom of the page, the bottom right, to advance to the next page. So again, I'm in terms of navigation, I think things will be clear for you. Assignments are laid out also fairly well, I think, with due dates obvious. The only sort of snag here is that in the discussion there are two due dates, and hopefully I've made that clear. One for the first posting and one for the second. With quizzes, those dates are, pretty hard set, and we have some summaries that I'm expecting you to do as well. So let's go to the syllabus then. On the syllabus click, you will be taken to the document itself that you can scroll through, and actually that's what we're going to do today. It'll give you some sense of how to get in touch with me when we are going to have video conferences. I've put these in here now. This is when I would appreciate we could meet, but we might, as we get near to these dates, make sure that people are on board for those times. Again, how to get in touch with me. A nice course description. The Baroque art is essentially focused on Europe, art of Europe from 1580 to 1750. And here are the types of issues we'll be looking at: social, economic, religious, and political conditions as it is reflected in the art, or as the art participates in those things. And these are some of the great artists that we're going to be looking at. Again, student outcomes are just what, you can, this is what you'll be asked to do throughout the class. These 5 things, and place a work of art in its historical context is number 3, for example, and you can do that in a test, or you can do that in a final project. Evaluate a work of art as it expresses some cultural phenomena. Again, you do that in the discussion boards, or you do that in the final project. That's where I'll be testing to make sure you can do it. In terms of instruction, well, yeah, I do have quite a bit of videos. Hopefully they're not too long. That are lectures. You're going to be doing some readings from website and a textbook, which I'll show you in a second. And again, but most of the learning will be happening in these discussion boards. where again you go in twice a week, first to post on a question at hand, and second to comment on someone else's posting or to engage with me in further discussion about an issue. All right, some stuff here about policies. There's a textbook. I hope you can all get your hands on it. It is available on Amazon for those people who are out of town or other textbook sales sites. Again, more material, some information about beginning and ending of the class. The weekly schedule. Now, again, I feel like this is almost redundant. You can access this same information in the modules on the left-hand sidebar and on the module overview page as well. So this is somewhat redundant, but nonetheless, here it is all in one page. You can see that each week we're going to move to a new part of Europe and engage with the art that is created there. The last rubric is reserved for the creation of your final research paper. So let me go probably to the thing that you're most interested in, and that is how you're going to be graded. So here are your assignments. Again, we'll do 6 discussion boards, essentially, about 1 per week, worth 6% or 36% of your final grade. There's a word count in these assignments. I'll put and deadlines obviously, and I'll put up a rubric so you can see what I'm looking for in terms of high performance. We're going to do 3 quizzes. Again, we've got 8 weeks. We'll do one about every 2 weeks. There are also self-check quizzes in there for each week. There's a self-check quiz. Every 2 weeks is a graded quiz. So you can get a sense of what material is important. The summaries are exactly what they sound like. You'll do 3 of them throughout the semester. And these are kind of preparatories for a final paper, final project. Again, I'll throw at you a certain kind of reading or video, and you will summarize it in the way that is specified in the assignment. The last project then, worth total 18%, so this 4 and 14, is a research paper, about 5 pages, I think is what I did. Obviously this is a condensed course, it's 8 weeks, and we'll have these. They're not GoToMeeting sessions, they're actually Zoom sessions, but nonetheless these kind of interfaces, video interfaces between you and I, where we'll talk about how to do the research, what makes a good paper, etc. I also am going to give you, not really assessed, but assessment related quizzes throughout. And there's 4 of them. There's one, the introductory board. You all need to introduce yourself to each other. And 3 of these assessment related quizzes. There's one in the beginning, there's one in the midterm, week 3, I think, and then one at the very end. So 4 of these kind of assignments that, I'm not right, I just want you to do, and I'll give you 4% of the final grade to do those assignments. So that's pretty much it. Again, there's some responsibilities, student responsibilities and policies of the university. They can also be accessed, I believe, if I go back to my module page. And so I'm back here again. I just hit module on the left-hand sidebar. There a lot of that is here. These are what I mean about these ungraded assignments, but for which I'll give you 4% of the final grade. And then I think there's just one more thing I want to do. Under the syllabus page at the bottom, let me show you that under the syllabus, again, so we're at the top of the page and now I'm moving to the bottom. It does give you a lineup of your assignments when they're due, in terms of what day they're due, what is due, and then on the other side of the page, what time of day that things are due. For the most part, they're due at midnight. if that's helpful to you. And I think Canvas is set up so that these deadlines pop up in your email, or they somehow pop up so that you can see them at all times, what assignments are coming your way. Again, the only caveat here is that discussions always have two deadlines. The first will probably not pop up. The second will, but do know that you have to get in there. For any discussion, you need to get in twice a week, one midweek, one time midweek, and one time at the end of the week. Okay, if you have any questions, contact me via Canvas, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.